Please enter your password. You have no new messages. 1. Old message. For new messages, touch 1. For old messages, touch 2.
James Morrell. This is Douglas H. Dornan. D-O-R-N as in Nathan, A-N as in Nathan. I use my suffix, which is MS, Master of Science from Columbia University. I purchased 2 cars from you, a shit-ass product. The 2008, the 2010 Suzuki SX4 crossover, which was a piece of crap, an embarrassment. It was produced solely by Japanese engineers. I returned it, as you know, and I then purchased a Kookiest 2010, which, to my surprise, was well engineered because it was engineered jointly by the Japanese Sino engineers, the leftovers from the Japanese Nazi collaboration, and the German Nazis behind the Porsche, the Audi, the Volkswagen. That's why the Kookiest is so superior, is because the Japs and the Nazis collaborated together and promoted the Suzuki to hierarchy in Japan and in India. And it is penetrating in the U.S., led by Advantage Suzuki. And in your shop, which is predominantly white, with a few brown-colored people circulating in and out quite rapidly, with the exception of Bob, Joe, Dave, Lawrence, and Kayla. Your employees, like you, are all addicted to narcotics and are high on the job and are so disturbed that you cannot obey common traffic law and moving cars in and out of the parking lot, and ignore the reserved for handicap sign. No matter how many times I pointed it out, your own salesmen were so drugged that they couldn't pay attention to the law. I am no longer an investigator for the state police. I've retired. It is now a coordinated effort by the state police, led by Senior Detective Bill John, Trooper Barracks, Town of Princetown, Duanesburg, New York. The state police are now internationally in full cooperation with all arms of the FBI. And they are investigating Suzuki and the Japanese empire, the continuing Japanese empire, represented by Mr. Suzuki, one of the highest ranking Sino leaders in Japan, which is why he has dominance over Subaru, Honda, and Toyota. When it is internationally exposed that he is just a Nazi with slanted eyes, And he is still collaborating with the Nazis in Germany and the Nazis in the United States. That's right, the American Nazi Party, James Morrell, of which you are a member. It has all been documented. It has been further documented in one of the leading tips for me was your finance person, the fat pig finance person, who was so hooked on drugs, he manipulated numbers that he couldn't even understand. And he processed the bank in... Yes, your fat pig finance person with the glasses, who I almost took out personally. But I figured I'd leave it to the police to take care of it. He processed the loan inquiries on my Kookiest as loan applications. I have 12 loan application rejections from 12 banks that depressed my credit scores from the 740s to the 680s. And it was done precisely by him as an agent of the Japanese Empire and the Nazis, because they know that I am the new Jesus Christ. And I will kill them. I will take them out. But I'm giving you a break. The state police and the FBI, international, will make the move first. I'll give you a couple of days before I come for you. So you got a couple of days to scramble together and confess. Advantage Suzuki, go Kookie, will go down to dust. The #1 dealer in the country, horse shit. You're the #1 dealer.
To save this message, touch pound. To erase this message, touch...